me, Dr. Karen, with the Spiritual Medicine Digest for July 28th. Today we're going to be talking about the mental holographic code. So in our PMEESD model, M stands for mental. And we often talk about the subconscious mind these days. There's a lot of teachers out there talking about rewiring the subconscious mind, how the brain works. By the way, consciousness is not in the brain. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that today. So what happens if our subconscious mind is seemingly counteracting our conscious desires? Like our conscious desires is like, hey, I want to heal. I want my body to repair itself. And the subconscious is like, no, I don't think that's safe because of its recorded history of what has happened to the body in the past. It could be in an alternate timeline even, or when you were 2 or 3, or maybe, there's been abuse or, all those kinds of things. So sometimes the subconscious can really get locked in this state of frozenness. And when that happens, no matter how much our conscious minds want something, whether that be to feel better, to heal, to have money, whatever it is, the subconscious is the one that manifests in the 3D world. So if the subconscious is locked in this frozenness of it's not safe, right? Or other programming, then it doesn't matter how much your conscious minds want something, it's not going to work. And if you try to force a healing even without addressing the underlying, especially safety, okay, that's a big deal, issue, then you'll have some sort of boomerang effect, potentially. Like the energy healing or any other healing for that matter will seem to not work. Or maybe you'll get opposite results. Now, I've had, conversations with people, students who have said, look, I have hired really amazing healers. I've even studied amazing healing modalities, and it seems to work on other people, but it doesn't work on me. What is wrong with me? Well, usually there's nothing wrong with you. There is a, let's just say, a positive reason for why things don't seemingly work on you. There is some sort of kickback, some sort of reward. On some level, it serves you. So that's where the mystery is. How could it possibly serve you to stay sick? The subconscious is, it's like a tape recorder. It records everything that's ever happened to you in probably multiple lives, right? And we don't always get to know what it's thinking. But with TOLPAKAN healing and divine muscle testing and connecting with source, we can ask quality questions and ask if the symptoms over here could potentially be caused by some sort of programming or some sort of frozen state of the subconscious or other things over here. And that's what's wonderful, I think, anyway, about TOLPAKAN healings. We get to ask these quality questions. So what if you find that your subconscious is holding you back? What if you find, in particular, that it is not feeling safe? Now, perhaps you consciously know what the safety is about. Perhaps there was trauma, physical trauma, sexual trauma, like all these kinds of, it makes a lot of sense why the subconscious would be like, it's not safe, it's not safe, it's not safe, right? And here's the thing, if the conscious mind tries to forcibly rewire the subconscious, the message the subconscious gets is, you're not seen, you're not heard, you're not loved, you're full of SHIT, excuse the language, and gosh darn it, will you just change? Because we want this thing over here. We want to be healthy. We want to have a life. We want to get back to living, and you're preventing us from doing that. Now, I'm purposefully saying it this way because to the subconscious, that's how it feels. It feels like it's getting in trouble. It feels like you're not listening to me. It's not safe. I'm not feeling safe here. It's like another aspect of us. It could be like even like an inner child aspect of us, right? Whatever you want to call it. And if we don't love all parts of ourselves, put a little star next to this part. if we do not love all parts of ourselves, we've orphaned that part, and that part will sabotage us. Yes, been there, done that. It will sabotage us until that aspect gets integrated into our wholeness. It will sabotage us. It will prevent our conscious desires from manifesting. Now, you might argue, Dr. Karen, how freaking long is it going to take? If I accept and I love my subconscious trying to keep me safe, and I'm like, dude, that was 20 years ago. That was 30 years ago. That was when I was 2. Like, seriously, like, get over it, right? If the subconscious gets a whiff of any of that energy that I just displayed, it's going to go like this, and it is going to stand there like a bouncer in front of this doorway to healing. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, like any other orphan part of ourselves, in order to integrate it, we need to see it, we need to honor it, and we need to love it. Now, it doesn't mean we agree with it. It doesn't mean that we go, oh yeah, you're doing the right thing because, we're not safe. You know you're safe. In this moment, you're safe. So you might not totally agree with your subconscious in this moment that safety is necessary. However, you can understand where it comes from, right? And to be understood is very important. To be seen, to be heard, and then to be loved. Because if we have orphaned a part of ourselves, the subconscious, inner child, whatever it is, we are not whole. And that's very difficult to do physical healing when we're not accepting or loving that part of ourselves. And if someone has gone through some sort of trauma, especially, forcibly, rape, sexual molestation, all that kind of stuff, injections, then by trying to force the subconscious into compliance, we're going to rewire you. I mean, those of us that don't have that trauma, we go, rewiring, that sounds really great. Yeah, I was programmed to have these scarcity patterns. I'd love to rewire, right? But for people that have gone through these other types of traumas, that's like the subconscious is like, I don't think so. You are not controlling me anymore. No way, no way, no, right? That's what it's doing. So forget about the forcibly, healing. And with TOLPAKAN healing, you can't really force it. Whatever you heal just stays kind of in the, in the energy ball. If you do try to force it, though, you will get a little bit of feedback. It's not like it's harmful feedback. It's not like, healing, energy healing, TOLPAKAN healing can do harm. Well, some energy healing can, but not TOLPAKAN healing can do harm. But it'll give you feedback. Like, I call it a boomerang effect, right? You're like, wow, you have an entity tether attached to you. Let's get rid of it, right? So we go and we do a TOLPAKAN healing directive to get rid of it. We check that it's gone. And then the next day, boomerang, right? You get some sort of feedback that was not okay. It doesn't mean that that healing didn't occur, but that the subconscious part of you is giving you the feedback like, that was not okay by me, okay? You're trying to force some stuff. And then it's not going to allow you to feel better because you're not listening. So how do we listen? How do we see and feel and love the subconscious? Well, there's multiple ways of doing it. One of the ways is through TOLPAKAN healing, where you can actually test to see how well you're able to see, hear, and completely accept and love your subconscious, even if you disagree with its programming, right? That's very telling. Now, if you get that part to 100%, without having to heal the other stuff that's causing and contributing to your symptoms, you might make some leeway. Now, if you get too much boomerang to begin with, you go, oh, I'm kind of afraid of energy healing now. Well, you can do other things. One of the things I suggest people to do is imagine that other aspect as another version of you that you can sit in front of. And you could either talk to that aspect of you. Now you have to be really careful when you're doing this because you can get into the mom mode or dad mode where you're like telling the other one off, right? So you have to be really compassionate. The other aspect of you has to feel heard and seen and loved. So If you don't want to speak to the other aspect, you can write a letter. You can edit your letter. You can even use ChatGPT if you wanted, or some other AI to go, okay, I'm getting really judgmental here. Can you please change this letter? I want to feel compassionate to my subconscious. Help me out here, right? Sometimes that can be helpful. You can try it out. So writing the letter to your subconscious, your inner child, to share, yes, I get where you're coming from. Yes, I hear you. You're feeling this, you're feeling that. It makes sense that you're not feeling safe. I get all that. I love you. And feel it in the body, the acceptance. If you feel resistance, you're not there yet, and that's okay. You can use other things other than energy healing. If you want to do EFT for the resistance, I mean, that is a form of energy healing, but you're unlikely to get some sort of major boomerang because it's fairly surface level. And, maybe write another letter. Similar. You feel into how much you've totally accepted and loved your subconscious. And maybe this time you say, well, you know what? I would really like to heal. I'd like to get better. And what does it take for me to convince you that we're safe? We've learned a lot, right? And listen. It's not about cajoling and convincing the subconscious. Don't imagine that it's going to stay like this forever, but it is going to stay like this if you don't totally accept and love it. So that is what we do. Now, if you did want to accept a TOLPAKAN healing directive today, we are going to do a little mini micro healing around that acceptance part, and whatever is available for you to heal, we'll make the intention that it's without the boomerang effect, right? Nothing's going to happen if you need to do some other home play ahead of time. So just think right now about what pattern that you have in your life that you feel like you don't need any longer. And perhaps the subconscious or other aspects of yourself might be holding you back. Okay, just think for a moment what that is. And feel free to pause the video if you need more time. And then I'm going to speak the TOLPAKAN healing directive to help support you in accepting and loving that subconscious so you can move forward in your life. So if you'd like to accept that, just make that conscious decision to accept the healing, whatever's for the highest and greatest good. And let's get into the body, because that's where we have the greatest potential to make a difference, is to be in the body, to be in the present. So I like to rub my hands. You can stamp your feet, jump up and down, just kind of be in the body, feeling energy. Kind of close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so, and focus on the body. Feel any movement in the body. Follow that flow of movement, vibration, tingles, wherever it goes. And just continue doing that while I speak the TOLPAKAN healing directive. I'll do it for you this time. I now command that any and all things preventing you from fully accepting, loving, honoring, seeing, and hearing your subconscious or inner child, that be healed and resolved the highest and best way, all directions of time, and all timelines where you exist, with ease, speed, and grace. And if you'd like to imagine yourself in front of your subconscious, putting your arms around your subconscious, even if he, she has arms crossed this way, and just, saying quietly, I hear you, I love you. Yeah, so let me know how that feels for you. I now command this healing be integrated with ease, speed, and grace, the highest and best way for this and all the blessings and gifts we give her thanks and gratitude. So be it, and so it is. Ooh, yeah, and there might be a few of you that get emotional are related to this. Let me know how that landed. Give me some comments. Let me know. We can continue that conversation in the light medicine community if you'd like. And I shall see you next time. Much love. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you resonated with the message, would love for you to hit like and subscribe, and perhaps share it with someone you love, and perhaps even hit the notification bell so every time I do a new video, you will be notified. In the meantime, I'd love to connect with you in my private light medicine community for sensitive souls to share their stories and to share love and support with each other. I'd love to see you there. I'll put the link below. It's free to join, and I'll also put links to this week's exciting offerings. All right, we'll see you on the other side.